Morning, everyone. Well, it's Monday morning, and for the first time in a week, I have no children at home that all better from their colds. So, Andy said this morning, "What are you doing today?" And I said, "Not much," but I thought I'd show you what not much looks like on a homestead. There are a few things I need to get done. I'm currently milking. That's what you can hear going. There's a pump. And who we got here? We've got beautiful Tilly. Tilly is my most frustrating milking dog. Sorry, the video just cut out. Got Tilly in, Rain in. My last one to milk today. And she's got a really dirty udder. She's obviously been laying in mud, so I'll just give that a good clean. Definitely don't want that in our milk. Yesterday was a good day. If you follow us on Instagram or Facebook, our Resident Homestead page there, you would have seen I finally got a little bit organised and used our milk to make ricotta cheese. And it turned out delicious, if I may say so myself. Mind you, every time I said to the kids, "Oh, do you want some ricotta cheese on toast? Do you want ricotta cheese on your spaghetti?" I get no, thanks. But I'm happy with it. So that'll last a week in the fridge. And if we don't eat it, this goes back out to the pigs. Or I'll feed a little bit of that to the chickens as well. They'll be happy with that. That'll be a treat for them. Yeah. And then what I did with because you separate the curds from the whey, I used the whey as buttermilk and made the kids pancakes for lunch, which they absolutely loved. So that was a really quick and easy. And you don't have to. I didn't have to add any. I hardly added any sugar to the pancakes at all because it surprised me how sweet the whey was, which I still can't work out why that would be. Because to me the sweetness should be in the curds. So maybe someone else can explain that to me. Yeah. So I've got those made, and the kids love them. Yeah, so other than that, the kids are really into smoothies at the moment. Our local community just did a big bulk order for different berries. So we've got plenty of berries in the freezer, and smoothies are the go-to snack at the moment in our house, which is fine by me, especially for the girls, up to the age of 25, you produce enough calcium for your whole lifetime, and after the age of 25, you just lose calcium. You can't regain it. You can supplement it, but your body won't store it. So for me, we eat lots of broccoli and different things like that, vitamin C to absorb calcium. So I'm more than happy, especially for girls, are really getting stuck into the milk. I've also been using the milk to make ice cream with varying success. I mean, they all love it, like it's not edible. But because goat's milk is lower in fat and cream content, you don't get a creamier ice cream. It's a little bit icy, and I can add cream, which I do. But if I add cream, it's from the shop. So it comes in plastic, and it's full of all those antibiotics and whatever, however you feel about that, the shop bought dairy products. So I'd rather not have to use that, and it makes it more expensive. And for us, it's about knowing where our food comes and eating healthy. But now that I'm not working, this is my job, I'm really trying to be conscious of making it financially sustainable as well. So, that's why I'm making soap to sell. I do my workshops, things like that, but trying to reduce food costs. That's why in Andy's other video said about the chaff going into the goat feed. That's to bulk it out a bit because, these girls, this is big. So they're not needing it for food this time of year. It's purely to keep them nice and quiet for me in the milk store while I milk. I'm getting pretty full here, so I don't want the milk to go into my pump. But I think she's almost done anyway. Get a bit more out of her. So yeah, I'm getting, well, yesterday morning, I probably got from the 3 goats 2.5 litres. So today, this is sitting at 2 litres. I don't know what the difference is. Sometimes I think it's where they hang out. If they hang out where there's not a water trough, perhaps, they're a little bit lower the next morning if they're not so hydrated. I don't know. I always think back to when I was breastfeeding and what would affect my milk supply. Yeah. So anyway, 2 litres today. This morning, and I'll milk again tonight, and tonight might be a heavier. I might get the 2.5 litres tonight, but I'm more than happy if they round out to 2 litres between the 3 of them in the morning and 2 litres at night. That's 4 litres a day, and that's a fair amount of milk. She's done anyway. All right, so she's done. So next morning job, I'll just wash all this milk away. Good done, lady. There you go. Okay, I'll just stick this milk in the fridge because it's a bit warmer today, and then we'll get on to the next task. All right, I'm in the house, and just a really quick one. Get the milk out. Clean container. Made a mess of that, but I'm in a bit of a rush because I don't want those goats. I don't want the goats to head back down the paddock because I want to lock them in. We've got a septic being emptied today, so I need to get all the animals into one paddock so I can open up gates for the septic truck. Part of living so remotely, we're not on main sewage. This is part of life. Every 5 years, you need to get your septic tank pumped. So in Australian dollars, it's $220. And that'll last us another 5 years. There's other septic maintenance that goes on with the, the pipes and things. That's Andy's domain, luckily. Lucky him. So, yeah, my job is just to get some animals locked away so the septic guy doesn't get hassled doing his job. All right, I'll just give these a quick rinse. You don't want warm milk sitting in the pipes of these because it'll go rank pretty quick. So I'm just going to give it a rinse for now. I've made a mess of that. Anyway, that's okay. So no, this is not our kitchen. This is the workshop room. So this is my soap room, and Andy also has his work desk over on that side for when he works from home. But a lot of life is happening in this room at the moment because of the kitchen renos. So now I've got that all cleaned up, well, rinsed anyway, the milk's in the fridge getting to temperature. I'll get back outside and get those jobs done. Before I do, how good are my soaps looking? I've unmolded all of these over the last few days, so they're just drying out. And I'm pretty happy. That's the one without the stinging nettle powder on top and just got the stinging nettle flecks in it. And it's also been infused into it, giving it that light green colour. But, yeah, there's my soaps that are ready to be labelled for sale. So I'm planning on getting that done this week. Getting them printed up so that I can get them in our local shop. The lovely Gavin and Lauren have said they'll take our soaps down to the Clarendon General Store. So feeling pretty blessed that we have such great friends that support what it is we do. So heading back outside. Oh gosh, they've already left. This is going to take a bit more food. But why they're not here, hopefully they haven't gone too far. I might just get the birds sorted out. So, as you know, a few weeks ago now, we had those foxes. So the birds have been staying locked in. Once we'd had those foxes, I made the decision to process our meat birds. A couple weren't as large as others, so I did school drop off, and then from about 9:15 until 2:30, I processed 19 birds. So that's from start to finish, and also cutting them into the various, butchering them how we like them. Nothing went to waste. I've frozen the livers and hearts because I just didn't have time to make anything with them. And then what I actually did, I also froze the carcasses. Normally they would have gone straight into the stock pot, but I just didn't have the time to do that. So, I didn't have the time. So I popped them in individually in the freezer. And what I've been doing, if I know I need stock, I've just been doing it that day. So getting it on grabbing carcass out frozen, chucking it in the slow cooker and letting it go, or doing it the day before and letting it go for about 18 hours and using it that way. So these two were too small at the time. So in the 2 weeks, this turkey, it's driving me nuts. In the 2 weeks that since I've done those birds, these guys have been on goat's milk and corn. So just soaking the crushed corn in the goat's milk. And you can see, like, they're ready to process now. I might even do them this week. This turkey, she was laying an egg a day, so she got to hang around because she's a really nice turkey. But after the fox attack, she just turned vicious to the other chickens. And so because we've got the chicks and things, she had to go. So she's now Christmas dinner. So she's also on the corn and goat's milk, which I don't eat as proficiently as if it was just the meat bird mix. But I'm really trying to get that yellow fat going on these guys and fattening them up a bit. And just it's a little bit more natural. I do use the meat bird pellets, no doubt about it. But yeah, this is just another option to try and get a bit of more fat content into the meat. All right, so I just need to give these guys some water. So that will last a fair while. I'll just give this a bit of a clean out some of the dust. Excuse me. Excuse me. Nothing happens quickly with a meat bird. The other reason I need to process them, now that we're getting these foxes coming up and around during the day, I can't let the chickens out at all, and I need this cage. Excuse me. I need this cage because I've got chicks that will be ready to come out. I'll just see if these guys have got water. That's where I broke a bucket, having a bucket tantrum over a fox the other day. I threw the bucket at it. Not that it did much. Hello, ladies. Alright, the kids fed them last, so they've got way too much food getting about, so they don't need feeding. Okay, now I've got to try and get these goats and sheep back so I can lock them in. Anything you do with animals on our farm anyway, doesn't hurt to have a little bit of food. So here's a hay bale that you saw Andy bring up the other day for me, or meadow hay anyway. Hopefully this will be enough to whet the appetite. Oh, sorry. Oh, my animal's coming back up. Go, go, go! Sheep, come on! Come on, go, 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 sheep! I have a very high-pitched voice, I know this, and I always wonder what our poor neighbours think when they hear me hollering. We have a valley in our paddock, and I reckon it will travel to all our neighbouring farms along that valley. But, you know, what can you do? All right, so they're not coming. Go, 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 sheep! Come on! Come on! Hello. Okay, no sheep, but I've got the goats in, so I'll just shut this gate up. Goats are notorious for trying to find a little hole and get through, so I'm just going to wedge that somehow. I'm going to wedge that in there. Sienna, who is probably our biggest at the moment, one enjoying living life on a farm and getting amongst sort of farm activities, has undertaken a few different projects, but one of her projects for school for a personal home project that she's decided to do is build a cubby house or tree house with her puppy Les. So they've chose this awesome old tree. She's a beauty. Don't know how old she'd be, but I reckon it'd be over 100 years by the size of her trunk. So they went and bought the lumber yesterday. So the beer can money, so I'm recycling the beer cans, is funding this project. So yeah, bought the lumber yesterday. And they have done other work down here. I can't see it. Sienna said something about tacking nails to find the level point. But yeah, super happy that she's doing that with my dad, and that it will be a structure that will hopefully be strong enough to last for if we have grandchildren up here one day, to be a part of it. I keep forgetting. I'm going to have to come back down later, but look at these beauties. They're a really small dandelion. So if you pick the heads off them, then you can use them you can make dandelion jelly. I'll put it in my soap. And there's a few different benefits to dandelion. I think it's a bit like the calendula flower, I think. I might have to ask someone who knows a bit more, or do, Google. Yeah, so I have to start coming down and picking those while we can. So Andy's used the tractor to carefully jig the top off. The guy will come and lift the lid and suck it all out for us. But yeah, so that looks fine. So I'll just wait until he gets here, I think. We got these temporary gates up while the earthworks are going on, so I'll just be able to come and cut those and pull it open. So I'll just clear that ladder and our antenna that needs to go back on the roof. Okay, I left that there so when I was milking I wouldn't forget to do it. I might actually get these chicks on a bit of the hard stuff. I'll just top it up with a bit of crumble. They're ready to head out into that cage that the turkey and meat birds are in. So as soon as I get them processed, these guys can head out. Oh, lovely and cool in here. Shut the door. Okay. Here's my incubator, my future babies.
So yesterday I took the kids to the beach for a couple of hours and then headed across to Mayfair Farm in McLaren Vale. She sells different breeds of chickens, chicks and eggs, and she'd just done a huge order, so she did a bit of a hunt around. I said, hey, I don't need a couple of dozen of the same thing. Give me a bit of a selection and we can enjoy the surprise of watching them grow and working out what each one is. So you might have just seen the incubator just rotate a little bit then. It just tilts back and forth on its own. So I've got a whole heap in there. Easter eggers, oh gosh, Araucana, bantams, Polish hens. I can't see. I'm looking at, she's put the initials of what they are on there. I'm just trying to see them.
So that is my morning on the homestead. I'll repeat it all again this afternoon. Get a bit of a sweat, ready for a cup of tea, go clean that milking equipment, tidy up from the kids' breakfast and continue on with the renos and doing soap labels today. So forcing myself to sit down on the computer and get some labels made for that soap. Thank you for joining me this morning, and I hope a little bit of what we do here on the homestead renovates. That's where I'm at, because everything is about renovating. I hope a little bit of what I've shown you today resonates with you. Thank you.